From water purification to self-defense tools, these 25 items will ensure you're ready for whatever comes your way. Whether you're stuck in the wilderness or facing an unexpected emergency, having the right gear can make all the difference. Let's dive into the essential items you absolutely need to survive for 72 hours. Water bottles. When it comes to survival, water is your best friend. Without it, you're looking at a very short 3 days, and let's face it, no one wants to spend their last few hours parched and cranky. Water bottles are essential to your kit not just because they hold water, but because they keep it contained when you're on the move. Whether you're trekking through a forest or navigating urban chaos, having a reliable water bottle means hydration on the go. So stock up, because nothing says I'm prepared like having enough water to make your survival look easy. Purification tablets and filters. Here's a fun fact. If you've ever tried drinking from a murky stream, you know the kind of gamble it is. Spoiler alert, it's not the kind of adventure you want. That's where purification tablets and filters come in. These tiny heroes of the survival world can turn questionable water into something you'd gladly sip on. From lakes to puddles, these little lifesavers get rid of nasty bacteria and pathogens faster than you can say I'll pass on the Giardia. Thanks. So stash a few of these in your kit. You never know when you'll find yourself in a sticky or rather thirsty situation. Hydration multipliers. When you're surviving in the wild or dealing with an emergency, water is great, but hydration is better. Hydration multipliers are like a power-up for your water, giving you more than just H2O. These little packets, often packed with electrolytes, help restore the balance of sodium, potassium, and magnesium that you lose during physical exertion or hot weather. Think of them like the superhero sidekick to your regular bottle of water. It's not just about drinking water, it's about drinking smart. Add a packet of these bad boys to your water bottle and keep the electrolytes flowing. Your body will thank you. Shelf-stable meals and snacks. If you're stranded and hungry, nothing beats having a stash of shelf-stable meals and snacks in your survival kit. These non-perishable goodies are perfect for when you're too busy surviving to cook a 5-course meal. Think energy bars, trail mix, and canned tuna. Quick, easy, and surprisingly satisfying. You won't win any Michelin stars with these meals, but when your stomach's growling like a bear, you'll be glad you packed the snack of champions. It's survival, not a food critic. Freeze-dried foods and MREs. Freeze-dried foods and MREs, meals ready to eat, are the fast food of the survival world, minus the drive-thru. These meals are like magic. Add water, and boom, you've got yourself a hot, ready-to-eat meal. From beef stew to scrambled eggs, they're designed to be easy to carry and last forever, or at least it feels like it. Sure, it might not be gourmet, but when your survival depends on it, you'll be grateful that a little hot water can make your food come alive. First aid kit. A first aid kit is like your emergency toolbox for life's little accidents because, let's face it, life loves throwing curveballs. Whether you're dealing with a scraped knee or a twisted ankle, your first aid kit has your back. It's packed with the essentials: bandages, antiseptic wipes, and gauze to help you patch up those bumps and bruises. Think of it as your survival kit's personal nurse. Just make sure you're not using the bandages for wrapping up leftover snacks. It's tempting. OTC and prescription medicine. Your survival kit wouldn't be complete without a stash of OTC and prescription meds, because sometimes the world throws you a headache, a fever, or even a sinus infection when you least expect it. Whether it's your go-to pain reliever, allergy medicine, or your specific prescription, these little pills can be the difference between surviving in peace and surviving while miserable. So don't forget your meds. They're as important as your water and food, minus the chance of giving you food poisoning. Bleed Stop. For the more intense injuries, Bleed Stop products are a game changer. Imagine you've taken a serious fall and you're bleeding like it's a horror movie. This is where Bleed Stop steps in. These miracle products help control bleeding quickly and efficiently, buying you precious time until it arrives. It's like a superhero for your body's red liquid. While it won't help you with emotional wounds, it's an absolute lifesaver for physical ones. Bleed Stop, saving lives one clot at a time. Warm weather clothes. When the temperature climbs, don't get caught sweating it out without the right gear. Warm weather clothes should keep you cool and comfy. Think breathable fabrics, loose fits, and the kind of clothes that make you feel like you're on a beach, even if you're actually stuck in the wilderness. You'll need moisture-wicking shirts, shorts, and a hat to shield from the sun. Remember, looking like you're in a survival fashion show is always a bonus, but staying cool is the goal. Rain gear. Rain gear is your ticket to staying dry when the heavens open up and unleash a monsoon on your survival situation. A waterproof jacket, pants, and poncho are essential to keep you from turning into a soggy mess. After all, you don't want to be that person squelching through the mud, looking like a drowned rat. With the right rain gear, you can laugh in the face of a downpour, but maybe keep the splashing to a minimum for morale purposes. Cold weather clothes. When the cold weather hits, you want to be more than just bundled up. You'll want to be warm enough to survive an Arctic adventure. Think thermal layers, fleece jackets, and wool socks to trap heat and keep you cozy. Don't forget your accessories. Hats, gloves, and scarves are your ticket to avoiding frostbite. And maybe even a wintry fashion show. If you're going to survive the cold, you might as well look good doing it, right? Tasers. Tasers, the non-lethal, shockingly effective way to stay safe when things get dicey. They're like a little zap of justice, delivering a burst of energy to immobilize a threat. It's basically the equivalent of a stop right there signal, but with more zing. Just remember, practice makes perfect. You don't want to accidentally zap yourself while trying to defend yourself. And hey, if someone gets too close, it's not just your nerves getting shocked, it's their whole system. Pepper spray. Pepper spray is like a tiny can of back off in your pocket, ready to send unwanted guests running. When a situation gets tense, a quick spritz can leave your aggressor temporarily blinded and coughing like they've inhaled a jar of spicy salsa. It's a defense tactic that's portable yet effective and surprisingly easy to use. No ninja skills required. And if you find yourself in a sticky situation, you'll be glad you'll have something stronger than words to make your point. Body armor. Body armor isn't just for action movie stars. It's your personal safety net when things get real. It's like wearing a shield, but without the medieval vibe. Whether it's stopping a bullet or protecting you from some wild debris, body armor gives you the confidence to navigate the chaos. Think of it as your survival suit, just minus the cape. You might not be invincible, but you'll definitely feel a lot more bulletproof in those high-risk moments. Tent. A tent is your personal sanctuary when the world outside feels like it's about to swallow you whole. Think of it as your portable home, minus the Wi-Fi and comfy couch. Whether you're camping in the wild or just need a place to crash during a survival situation, a good tent keeps the elements at bay. Plus, it's always fun to pretend you're in your own little fortress, even if it's just for a couple of nights. Don't forget the stakes. Sleeping bag. A sleeping bag is your survival kit's version of a cozy cocoon. When the temperatures drop and you're forced to sleep outdoors, this is your ticket to not turning into an ice cube. It's the closest you'll get to being wrapped up like a burrito in the wilderness, warm, snug, and safe from the cold. Whether it's a chilly night or a frosty morning, your sleeping bag makes sure that even in the harshest conditions, you'll sleep like a baby. Sleeping pads. Sleeping pads are like the unsung heroes of a good night's sleep in the wild. Sure, the ground might be rough and rocky, but with a sleeping pad, it's like giving your body a little cushiony hug. No more waking up with an aching back and grumpy attitude. These pads help you sleep soundly even if you're lying on terrain that feels like it's been designed by an angry mountain. It's not luxury, but it's a lot closer to it than the cold, hard ground. Tarps. When the rain starts pouring and the wind picks up, a tarp is your best friend. It's like a giant superhero cape that shields you from the elements, creating a makeshift shelter or covering your gear. Tarps are lightweight, versatile, and surprisingly easy to use. Just throw it over your tent or secure it with some rope, and you've got yourself a solid refuge. You never know when you'll need one, but when you do, you'll be glad you packed it. Soap, washcloth, and body wipes. When you're surviving in the wild, cleanliness isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Soap, washcloths, and body wipes are your ticket to feeling human again when nature tries its best to turn you into a wild animal. After a long day of adventure, nothing beats a quick scrub to wash off the grime. Plus, body wipes are perfect for those moments when a shower is more of a dream than a reality. Stay fresh, stay clean, and stay sane. Toothbrush and toothpaste. Nothing says I'm surviving with class quite like brushing your teeth in the wild. A toothbrush and toothpaste may seem like a small luxury, but after a few days of not brushing, you'll appreciate their worth. Plus, bad breath and survival situations don't mix, unless you want to repel people instead of wild animals. Keep that minty freshness going and avoid scaring off your fellow survivors. A clean mouth is a happy mouth, even in the middle of nowhere. Toilet paper and waste disposal bags. Let's face it, nature calls, often at the most inconvenient times. That's where toilet paper and waste disposal bags come in. They're not glamorous, but they're definitely a necessity when you find yourself in an emergency. Pack them and you'll avoid turning your survival trip into an unsanitary nightmare. And hey, it's not just about comfort, it's about dignity. A little toilet paper goes a long way, and those waste disposal bags ensure you leave no trace behind, unless it's a big sigh of relief. Pocket knife. A pocket knife is the Swiss Army knife of survival kits. It's your trusty sidekick for every task, from cutting rope to opening cans or even pretending you're a wilderness ninja. It's small, but don't let its size fool you. This little tool is packed with potential. In a survival situation, it's a cutting, slicing, and even self-defense machine. Plus, it's great for impressing others with your wilderness skills. Just make sure not to accidentally cut your snacks open instead of the rope. Solar power bank. When you're off the grid, you need a way to keep your devices running. Enter the solar power bank, the MVP of emergency charging. It's like a tiny sun catcher for your phone, flashlight, and any other tech you can't live without. Just set it out in the sun and boom, you've got power. It's the perfect blend of nature and technology. Who knew solar energy could be this convenient? Just don't rely on it to power your Netflix binge. Flashlights. In the darkness, a flashlight is your best friend. It's like a portable sun that fits in your pocket. Whether you're navigating through pitch-black woods or signaling for help, flashlights light the way. Make sure you pack one with extra batteries or you might be left in the dark, literally and figuratively. And while they might not help you find your car keys at home in an emergency, a flashlight will do more than just illuminate. It could save your life. Lighter or matches. Lighters and matches are the unsung heroes of your survival kit. They're your go-to for starting fires for warmth, cooking, or signaling for help. A fire can be a lifesaver in more ways than one, and these little tools make sure you don't end up cold and hungry. Plus, if you're ever stuck, a well-timed spark can lift your spirits, because there's something magical about seeing flames when you're in a tough spot. Just don't forget to pack extra matches or you'll be left with, well, just the memories. Don't wait for the unexpected to catch you off guard. Start building your survival kit today. Stay safe, stay prepared, and remember, it's always better to be ready than regretful. Stay tuned for more survival tips.